Let's further explore the vision principle of weaving agriculture into developing neighborhoods and preserving agricultural heritage sites in the West Layton area where this is a priority. The survey explored alternatives to the standard larger lot subdivision shown here as 10,000 square foot lots with no common open space. This design alternative provides a density bonus to encourage the developer to provide 20% of the development as open space, including 10% as a neighborhood park and 10% as a neighborhood agricultural plot. Here's another example for the neighborhood design with agriculture that mixes townhomes with single-family homes, creating slightly larger single-family home lots. This alternative also added a small neighborhood commercial element and was the most popular choice for this series in the survey. This agricultural open space could be leased to a professional grower, which would yield a high concentration of vegetable and fruit produce for sale to area residents, restaurants, and farmers markets. Or the ag open space could be shared by residents that enjoy gardening but do not have a large lot to do so. Another option for the developer could be to produce development rights from a nearby farmer and build the homes where the neighborhood ag plot would have been. This would help preserve a nearby farm to provide similar benefits of growing local produce and living near preserved agricultural land. Rather than having agriculture in the neighborhood, we're transferring development rights off nearby agriculture and into a new neighborhood in order to preserve farmland. Let's briefly look at an example of how this option could occur. The image represents zoning on 1 acre of property with 4 development rights, or the right to build 4 housing units per acre. Zoning could be adopted to allow one property owner to sell development rights to another, as depicted here. One property selling development rights would be preserved, while the other property purchasing development rights would have added development potential. This is being done in Mapleton, Utah. The community's goal is to preserve the mountain bench from development. Harvest Park is an example of a development that purchased or transferred development rights from mountain bench property to a property located closer to infrastructure services. The development provides a variety of housing types, in addition to recreational open space for the residents to enjoy. The potential area for transferring development rights between properties in Layton is highlighted in green, the West Layton area where farming is rapidly being replaced by larger lot development. Here is a hypothetical development of Parcel A, which represents an open space alternative to large lot suburban development. It has 10% area as a park and 10% an agricultural plot, similar to the examples provided in the survey last fall. Here is another parcel of ground, Parcel B. The image represents a nearby farmland with zoning or development rights that would allow for the land to be developed and homes to be built if the farmer chose to do so. Let's say that the developer of Parcel A chose to purchase the development rights from the farmer or owner of Parcel B. The units would be built in a similar fashion to the other homes on the neighborhood ag plot. The park area would remain as a neighborhood recreational open space. The farmer would sell development rights to different developers until all the development rights were sold and a substantial amount of money had been received. The farmland would retain its open space value and water rights, probably worth $20,000 to $25,000 per acre. The city would not allow additional development on this farmland, and a conservation easement held by a land trust could further protect it from future development. This animation shows how multiple development sites could transfer in or purchase smaller patches of development rights. This would add a modest amount of development potential to each development while preserving nearby farms to enhance the quality of life in West Layton. Again, this option could apply to the area in West Layton highlighted in green on the draft general plan map. Establishing the value of a TDR is based on the difference of appraised land values based on the zoning and development potential. We won't discuss this at length, but here is a basic outline of how the value is established.